Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for the Brentford versus Chelsea review. I'm not doing the hand thing to the forehead thing because my arm is numb and moving mad. So I'm just, and no, not for that reason that you all know. No, it was because of the jab. It wasn't because of anything else.
Why you look at me as if I said anything?
Okay, you
Why you look at me? Don't accuse me.
You nasty freaks. It's nothing to do with that. It's just the jab. Anyway, moving on. Obviously, the Brentford game. Look, at this point, going into this, I didn't know who was going to play. Thankfully, Tuchel in that starting 11, I was surprised to see, but happy to see. Fresh starts for Harvey Vale, spoon, knife and fork to striker. We will talk about that, cutlery king. And Simmons at right wing back. So 3 youngsters in the starting 11 making their Chelsea debut. Proud moments for them and obviously for Neil Bath and all of the youth department and Cobham and whatnot. I think that's the first time Tuchel's handed out debuts straight from the academy. I'm talking without loans or anything, just straight up, which is great. Obviously, we remember the debuts for Billy Gilmore, for Tariq Lamptey under Lampard. They went on to do, great things. Obviously, Lamptey's gone to Brighton and Norwich is, Billy Gilmore seemed to have established himself at Norwich now, finally, on loan. But yeah, it's good to see those guys make their debuts. And again, in the first half, they were looking like silky footballers. And this is where Chelsea need to get to a part and get to a position where they're not using Deadwood as depth. Ross Barkley, riddle me Ross. A calculated gamble that hasn't worked. 50 million from Everton. The guy is just not it. In the first half, he was our worst attacker. And it wasn't awful, but just wasn't good. Shanked a shot after some really good build-up play down the left. Harvey Vale looked at home, really lovely touches in between the lines, picking up the ball, turning, good link-up play with Alonso at times, which is not easy to do. He was much better today. Good link-up with spoon, knife, and fork. I'm gonna keep calling him that. It's just fun. I just enjoy it. And he was good up front with him. They showed their PL2 chemistry from obviously the under-23s. And again, it just goes to show once again that we can use young players as depth as at a bare minimum. And I'm not talking about obviously young players that have gone out on loan and obviously strutted their stuff and now are demanding more minutes like a Mark Gurhey, etc., Brozier. But young players just in the academy, just in the under-23s, just that are performing well, they can be depth for the first team. And, I called that hopefully Harvey Vale would get his opportunity soon. I spoke about it prior to the Wolves game, not actually as a preview for Wolves because of the whole bubble and disease situation, but it's nice for him to play today, and he showed why he should be playing and why he should be involved in the first team, hopefully more. His contract runs out in 2023, so it's going to be another situation where if we don't show that there's a path or there is some sort of interest from us in using him in the future, he'll go just like the others did probably and go and make a name for himself elsewhere. So we need to be on top of the ball with that one, get that contract signed up, and let him keep showcasing his talent. There's a lot of deadwood in this team. And we saw some of it tonight that don't need to be at this football club any longer. I've been saying it. People that talk about Ross Barkley as depth because he's got some shooting accuracy with his right and left foot. No, he's 28. He's on 100K a week, and we could use a youngster in his position. They'd probably do just as much, if not more. So that's my little rant on that. But yeah, first half was all about the academy players. Simmons, we didn't really see as much from him on the right-hand side, making his debut. We didn't really go down the right in an attacking way. He just was used as this guy to really cover Faraspi's lack of pace at times and defend and do the recovery on that side. So he did a lot of defending, a lot of 1v1, which was good to see from him, but not really much going forward. It was pretty lopsided. We went down the left a lot with Alonso. Alonso, I give credit where it's due. He was a lot better today. Marcos Alonso was turning actually like some sort of, ballerina. He was gracefully twisting up the streets on the left-hand side. He wasn't twisting and turning like a fridge. He wasn't like a truck driver. He was actually quite fluid. The guy was good, good touches in tight spaces, and a lot of chances came from that side. And just better. Has it changed my opinion on the left wing back situation in January? Absolutely not. You know how I move. I'm very head set in this situation, but better from him today. Saul was better, built off the performance against Wolves, looked stronger as well. Nice touches, kept the ball well. First half, we created a lot of chances, dominated possession, and we just didn't have that final. You know what it is on this channel. You already know supporting Chelsea. That final ball, that final finish, we didn't have it, unfortunately. Second half now. I wasn't as happy. It was, spoons, knife and fork came off. On came Pulisic. We didn't really have that that momentum from the first half, it didn't really carry on. You know, it was a bit boring second half. You know, we didn't really create too much. Starting to become a stalemate, starting to look like it was going to be a 0-0. But Tuchel made the substitutions. He brought on the seniors, and he said he wanted to win this game with those substitutions. He was very aggressive. He brought on Kante, brought on Jorginho, brought on Mason Mount. Jorginho was on at half-time. Brought on Pulisic at half-time. Then the serious subs came on as well, you know, later on in the game with Kante, with Mason Mount, with Reece James. Brought off the young players. We didn't get to see Webster, unfortunately, make his debut. Didn't get to see Hall, which is a shame. But we saw 3, so that's not bad. But as soon as Kante came on, massive shout out to Kante. As soon as Kante came on, changed the game. We looked more aggressive. You know, yeah, we were pressing from the front, but this guy was actually trying to create opportunities, little chips over the defensive line, trying to move like as if he was Iniesta or Xavi. Wasn't quite coming off. We know he's not a creative force. He's not that player, but he tried his best in that regard, and he was looking good. And, you know, for someone who, the one thing I will say about Kante is despite being injury prone, despite the fact that we can't rely upon him season in, season out, we know that now we need to have better depth in that area. Maybe Conor Gallagher becomes that next season as that guy that runs, and gives that tempo and off the ball, but also will bring goals in a bundle, hopefully, as well.
Whoa. I thought he was a scrub.
No! Don't lie on this channel.
Can I put
Go and get... No, because you don't have to... No, you don't have time. We need to get this up quickly. No.
You said it was a
No, I
scrub,
didn't. No, I didn't. I said what he did at West Brom wasn't good enough to make it at Chelsea in the first team.
And what did you say?
He needs to go back out on loan.
And then what did I say? When I asked you, was there any chance of him ever getting into the first team?
We will have to see.
Hell no.
We'll have to see. I don't think so. No, I didn't think so at the time, no. Because we have a lot of midfielders.
Look at you now.
Well, I have to give him praise. He's doing well. I didn't think Brozier would get any either because we like to splash on strikers, but he's doing very well as well. It's not my fault. I've got PTSD. This club don't give youngsters a chance.
Fair enough. It's Chelsea.
It's Chelsea. We would rather splash 50 million on some Spanish brother than...
Why do your fan base always go there as the example? Let him breathe, innit?
But yeah, moving on. I don't even know. I've lost my place. But Kante was looking real good. And the one thing about Kante, like I was going to say, is that when he doesn't need time to build up momentum in terms of performance. He comes back and he just puts a great performance in immediately, coming back from injury, which is necessary if you're going to be out for as many times as he is. Defensively, Malang Sarr in the first half, a little bit shaky. Aspilicueta, I think this could be his last year. Again, he's looking a little bit shaky positioning-wise. He let a few things go down that right-hand side. Trevor was really good at keeping those two together. Kepa, I thought I was going to forget. Luckily, and this will probably be the last thing I have to mention, Kepa was fantastic and made 3 key saves in the first half. And for me, this is great because Kepa, when Mendy goes to AFCON, a lot of people are expecting us to drop off and long shots will probably be coming at a high volume from outside the area. We know they love to shoot against Kepa from long range, but he looked good. A lot of confidence from this performance he can take. He was good tonight, made some saves, and back-to-back clean sheets. That's another positive, you know. But again, if we had lost this game, I would not have been crying into my pillows. You know, it's the Carabao Cup. We have bigger priorities against Aston Villa coming up. But again, we do want to win a trophy as well. So it's just good to go through. We got Tottenham next. The draws happened. Liverpool play Arsenal. Big games. So Carabao Cup, you know, big teams ain't playing about in this competition. So we'll have to see what happens. London Derby final potentially. But listen, Tottenham, that's a big game. Conte coming back to the bridge for the first time since he left. You know, Lukaku versus Conte as well. Tottenham, period, for Chelsea is just a big problem. We don't like them, so that's a lot. And obviously they could make signings. We were just talking about at the end of the watch long. They could make some signings. There could be some new players at Tottenham. We know Conte is probably going to do a clear out. There's going to be a clear out. There will be. So listen, we're in it. It's going to be difficult to win it. There's a lot of good teams. Liverpool's still in. But let's see what happens. At this point, I'm just enjoying the big games and the big fixtures. Hopefully, it does come down to one game over the Carabao Cup semi-final because those 2 games feels a bit unnecessary. I've spoken about it before, playing these players too much. We as a squad are on our last legs as well. So listen, the big game is against Aston Villa, Boxing Day, in a couple of days' time. I'll see you, man, until then. Smash up the icons. Let me know what you thought of Harvey Vale's performance in particular. And let me know what you thought of Kante, and obviously just any other stand-up performances, Kepa, etc. For me, man, the match, I'll probably give it to... Nah. No? That's a good question, Matisse. Man of the match.
He said to himself in third person.
I actually don't have an answer for that. You let me know in the comments down below. Who's your man of the match? I want to give it to Kepa, but then...
I'm going to mention it in the next video.
Yeah, I don't know. You let me know. That's for you to do.
That's your homework for the evening.
There you go. You let me know in the comments, all right?
Do some work.
There you... Yeah. In a bit, people. Peace.